Warning, the following video may or may not, but definitely will, contain spoilers, coarse language, and unhinged emotional rants about fictional content that will make no sense whatsoever. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello there! Welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to be talking about the new season of The Dragon Prince, so let's get into it. So, of course, we should probably recap real quick what happened in the first 3 seasons, because we're on season 4 now, right? So, of course, you know, it starts off with the humans and the elves and the dragons. They all live together, but the humans discover dark magic, which, you know, the elves and the dragons don't really like, so the humans get banished, and they don't like it very much, so they end up killing the king of the dragons and his egg, which is the only heir he has, but turns out that egg wasn't actually destroyed. One of the humans stole it because they were planning on using it for dark magic because it's like hella powerful, right? So our main 3 characters, Callum, Ezra, and Rayla, they take the egg and return it to the mother dragon, but of course, you know, the egg hatches along the way, so they end up actually delivering a baby dragon instead of the egg like they thought they were gonna do. And of course, before all this happens, the human king, King Harrow, is assassinated? Or is he? Because, you know, there was that whole thing with the soul fang snake, right? So that's a little like, wonder what happened there, because, like, personally, I don't think he's dead. I think his soul got transferred into his pet bird, right? Yeah, so, unfortunately, he gets replaced by Viren, who is, like, this super dark magic dude, and he doesn't want peace, so, he intends to lead an army to just destroy everyone, and this whole time he's got a little caterpillar guy who, he's been talking to this sparkly elf guy named Erebos through a magic mirror. And so he tries to invade Zadia, which is the magical land, because the humans aren't allowed in the magic part, right? So, yeah, so he intends to lead an army there. But unfortunately for him, he falls to his death off a giant mountain. But fortunately for him, his daughter Claudia brings him back to life using dark magic. And the little caterpillar that was with him, you know, Erebos, or we think is Erebos, right? It like totally makes a cocoon because it's like changing and all that. Yeah, we're basically back up to speed because this 4th season starts off with 2 years passing, so Viren's technically been dead the whole time because that's how long it took for Claudia to bring him back to life. And we find out that he's only alive for about 30 days because that's just how much, you know, that's how long the magic will keep him alive. So they need to go break Erebos out of his prison, which no one knows where he is. He doesn't even know where he is. So they have to go find something that will help them find Erebos, and that something is a map of some sort. But that little thing in the cocoon, this little creature guy, he's supposed to lead them to this map that they don't know they're looking for a map at the time, but that's where this creature's trying to lead them to. So that's going on. And of course, you know, 2 years have passed, so Callum's a high mage, Ezra's still king, and apparently Rayla left Callum on his birthday because she's been trying to hunt down Viren and Claudia because they kind of just went missing and no one really knows where they are. Everyone thinks Viren's dead because, you know, he fell off a mountain to his death, and you know he was dead for 2 years, as we found out, right? So, yeah, so she's been trying to find them. But yeah, she left Callum, and it sounds like it didn't go very well, as we see throughout the entire season. But yeah, so that's a whole other little drama thing they got going on. But yeah, so, also, kind of a sweet little thing, Amaya, which, is Callum and Ezra's aunt, she found herself a sexy sun elf lady named Janai, and they go on this little secret mission that actually ends up being Janai proposing to Amaya because they want to get married, and it's so cute. Oh my god, like, yes, please, more of this. And we do get more of it. Oh, it's Mwah, beautiful. Just, oh, I love it. Oh, But yeah. So then the Dragon Queen, she ends up visiting the humans to, you know, start this little peace that they're trying to get going, right? And it goes good. But unfortunately, it ends with Ibis sending them a message about the fallen star has returned. Whatever that means, right? But unfortunately, he actually used his dying breath to send that message because Claudia, trying to go after Viren's staff, which of course is stashed in the Dragon Queen's lair, and of course Ibis was like, you're not gonna use that because I know exactly what you're gonna do with it. But she actually almost dies. Like, Ibis is almost about to kill her, but Claudia actually has a boyfriend named Terry, and he's like this little Earthblood elf, and he's really sweet. But ooh, he was not okay with killing Ibis, but like he was like, I'm gonna protect my girlfriend, which is very sweet. He is very loyal. I love it. And he's just, oh, he's such a cute little nerd, but man, was he like, I'm not cool with killing people. Because he's a sweetheart. At this point, Rayla has returned. Callum's having a bit of a tough time with that because he's like, I have not gotten over you leaving. Because, like, I don't know, did they, like, I think it's implied that they, like, break up. But it's, like, it seems more like Callum's just really salty that she left to make sure that, you know, these two dark magic people aren't running around because, you know, they tried to fuck a bunch of shit up. So it makes sense that she'd go after them, but like, it's clearly something happened. And we're not really sure what, but they did not part on good terms, it seems, at least on Callum's side. So now we have, obviously, our main three, which is Callum, Ezra, and Rayla, but Soren, who is a swordsman, who is actually Viren's son, but he was not vibing with the evil shit going down with his dad, right? So he's with them now, which is nice, they go with the Dragon Queen, who reveals that long ago Erebos killed the Queen of the Dragon at the time, and also this sun elf who was trying to broker this peace, because at the time the dragons and the elves weren't getting along, so there was that. But he ends up just betraying everyone left and right, and everyone was super blindsided about it because they thought he was cool. He was not. He was whispering in everybody's ears, trying to just cause chaos, essentially, but like no one was able to connect it back to him quite yet. But yeah, so eventually they figured it out and they imprisoned him in this prison that no one really knows where it is. Not even the people that actually imprisoned him, because they don't want him to be released, like Claudia's trying to do, right? Because Viren at this point, he's kind of just like, I just want to chill, I just want to use my last 30 days to just vibe, and Claudia's like, no, we're doing this. And so this whole time Viren's kind of just like not wanting to be evil again. Like, he's just like, can you just let me die at this point? But that doesn't happen, clearly. Right? Which I kind of feel bad for him, because man, I thought there was going to be some sort of redemption going on, and there's still a chance, because this season obviously ends on a cliffhanger. So clearly there's going to be more. But yeah, I thought he might get a redemption, because he was actually starting to be like, man, I have not made some very good choices. I should probably stop doing that. And yeah, Claudia's like, nah, we're not doing that. So sucks for Viren. He's not getting his redemption arc, it looks like. Ooh, but yeah, so keeping it going, they bring the mirror to the Dragon Queen's lair, and because they're trying to, you know, they want to check on Erebos, see what the hell's going on with him, right? And somehow he gets control over Callum and is just able, because again, you can't hear him talk through the mirror. That's not possible. That's why the caterpillar was kind of there, because then he could, you know, talk in Viren's ear and influence him a lot, right? Which I think he did. But yeah, so he just uses Callum's body to, yeah, basically brag that he's gonna get out and just cause absolute mayhem. And yeah, that's not good, because after his little speech, the mirror shatters. So, that's... I don't think that's a good sign. He's gonna get out, let's be real. It may not happen in this season, as we see, but like, probably in the next season. Now our little gang of heroes has to go find a dragon named Rex Igneous, because he's the one who has the information, because at first they think it's information, but we find out it's a map. So they end up meeting a cute little Earthblood kid named Nathan, who leads them to Rex Igneous, because they have to go through this whole mess of caverns and all this shit just to get to him. It's a lot. But they do eventually get to him, and they find out that the map is actually like in one of his teeth. Unfortunately, Claudia chooses to make an entrance right at that moment, and she puts them all to sleep so they can find the map for themselves. And it takes a second, but they do find out that it's in one of Rex's teeth. And so they're able to make like an imprint of it. Terry has this little slime thing that he made, and they're able to like imprint it on there, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if they like steal it out of there, because it looks like it's like carved into his tooth. So I'm not quite sure, but they do have the map with them now. Everyone wakes up, Rex wakes up, and he's pissed. So he just tries to destroy the lair. He just tries to kill everyone he can see, basically. Yeah, but then Claudia and Terry and Viren, they all escape. And, of course, Rayla actually sees Viren for the first time, and she's just like, oh, this bitch ain't dead. I should go after him. And she does. And she ends up taking Terry hostage. She's prepared to kill him, and Claudia's just like, oh, look at this. I have these 3 coins. Turns out it's both of her blood parents, you know, like her biological parents, who had technically died when they were defending the King of the Dragons. But apparently not. Apparently they got trapped in little coins. As well as what's his face from the very beginning, the main assassin, who is like technically like her adoptive dad, which also he has a boyfriend too, which is nice. We see him in the earlier seasons, but yes, I love that. And ooh, yeah, like Claudia throws the little bag of coins into the lava, which obviously Rayla tries to catch, because she doesn't know if like the spirits are going to be released or they're going to be trapped in the lava for an eternity. So obviously she tries to catch the bag, and she lets Terry go, and unfortunately there's just rocks in the bag, and she's just fucking, man, she is just devastated. But Terry sees that, and he guilt trips Claudia into giving Rayla the actual coins. And I just loved that, because man, he didn't say a lot. He was just like, yeah, I saw you do a lot of terrible things, you know, with dark magic and everything, but like you were trying to bring your dad back to life, so I can excuse that. But man, that was just hella fucked what you just did back there, and she could not take it. Oh, so it's just like, man, she's like, oh, Claudia's not a very good person, but Terry like just being like, yeah, I thought that was really cruel and just like a dick move on your part. I didn't like that. And she couldn't stand it. She's just like, well, I don't want my boyfriend to think that of me. And she just gives Rayla the coins, and she's just like, yep, thank Terry, because he's the one that guilt tripped me into doing it. Because she was so proud of herself for tricking Rayla, but man, yeah, she was, the fact that Terry got her to give her the coins was just, mwah, beautiful. Oh, but like, yeah, it also shows, yeah, Claudia's not a bad person technically, but like, dark magic really does consume you, as we've seen, because Viren was consumed by it for a while, but then he died and came back to life and was like, oh, maybe I should be using my last 30 days on Earth, potentially, because who knows if Erebos can actually, you know, make the spell permanent. Right, I have a feeling he's not gonna do that. Just saying. But yeah, we see that if you don't use dark magic for a while, you will go back to being a pretty okay person, you know? Like we see with Viren, he wants to kind of be a chill person, but Claudia's been consumed by dark magic for like 2 years trying to bring him back to life, so of course she's like, don't let my hard work go to waste, right? Or we're gonna do things my way. But like, yeah, dark magical fuck you right up, it looks like. Which is sad because, yeah, Viren and Claudia don't seem like bad people. But when dark magic is involved and they're using dark magic, it doesn't seem to go well for them. So, switching back to Janai and Amaya, Janai has a brother who is not too happy with how she's been running things because there was this whole drama with, like, the humans were helping, like, the Sunfire Elves rebuild their society because it kind of got fucked over in the previous season, so they're helping them build a camp, and one of the Sun Elves is doing this shrine for, you know, his mother, and like the whole thing is like the fire's supposed to burn throughout the night so it can help the soul get to the sun, essentially, and it's very sacred. But one of the humans is like, nope, and she douses it. Of course, the Sun Elf gets pissed and tries to grab her and accidentally burns her hands. And, oh god, this human was so goddamn annoying to me. I was just like, you know what? Because, like, the whole punishment for putting out that soul flame is death. And I was just like, well, yeah, probably kill her. Because, man, was she just a gigantic asshole about the whole thing. Because, like, yeah, you can't be, like, sensitive about it. Because, like, the Sun Elf wasn't even being an asshole about it. He was just like, please, just let me burn it. Like, I'll watch it the entire night and make sure the camp doesn't catch fire. And she's just like, nope. So, like, honestly, I think she should have been executed, if I'm being completely honest. I did not like her. I thought, yeah, go ahead. But, Janai basically is like, you know what, if we do this, you know, what's gonna happen? The humans are gonna be pissed, right? And they're gonna try to kill one of us, and it's just going to be this cycle, because violence is always a cycle, right? You know, eye for an eye. It just keeps going, right? So she chooses not to kill the architect, and instead is like, you're gonna build this big-ass shrine, and she's like, okay, cool, I'm not gonna die. Which, yeah, it's like, to be fair, Janai was very, very nice to her, so, yeah. But, of course, the brother is not happy, so he's just, yeah, it was just like, at first I'm like, is he, like, just planning to, like, assassinate his sister randomly? Because the way he was talking at first, I was like, he's just gonna straight up assassinate her. But, turns out he was talking about this fight to the death thing where, like, whoever is ruling the Sunfire Elves at the time, anyone can challenge them to a duel to the death if they don't like how they're running it, you know? And so he decides to do that, except it's been outlawed for a while because it's just stupid. But he thinks that his sister's just gonna step down because she's never wanted to be queen. But when Janai is talking with Amaya, and Amaya asks her, like, hey, what do you, like, actually want from life? Like, what do you want? And at first she's just like, I didn't want to be queen at first, but now I'm kind of liking it, you know? It's been great, because, like, she's actually starting some positive change for once, because, like, yeah, there's just been violence all the time, and she's just like, you know what, let's change that. And it seems to be working, at least for now, because she does end up accepting her brother's challenge to the death duel, right? But obviously she doesn't kill him, because she's just like, this is stupid, but I'm gonna kick your ass and put you in your place. And he ends up just getting arrested by, because they have, like, these little high council people that he calls, because he's just like, yeah, I'm gonna take power, because my sister's kind of my sister's weak, she's not doing what needs to be done, which essentially is she doesn't want to kill when the brother wants her to kill, which is really dumb. But yeah, so he ends up losing and getting arrested, because the rest of the High Council is like, they're not ready to challenge her authority quite yet, so they're just like, yeah, we're gonna put you over there for now. I think he's gonna come back, because it does sound like they don't agree with Janai's changes, but like they don't have the balls to challenge her yet. So, cause oh, they're generals. That's what they are. Yeah, they're High Council generals. Yeah, yeah. There we go. So yeah, they're not ready to challenge Janai's authority yet. So, I think that'll change in later seasons. But for now, things seem to be going okay with the Sunfire Elves and the humans in their camp. At least for now. We'll see. But like, yeah. Very nice that Janai and Amaya are together. They're very cute. I really enjoy that a lot. And I'm glad no one died, because when I heard Death Duel, I was like, great. Either Janai's gonna die or Amaya's gonna like interrupt and take the hit for her, the death blow for her, and one of them's gonna die. But that didn't happen, which was nice. But yeah, I guess that's kind of where it ends. It's like, you know, our main cast escapes Rex Igneous so they don't get eaten. And of course, Claudia, Viren, and Terry, they all escape too. And it looks like Viren's been using dark magic again. Looks like he's gone the evil route, so that's not good. Yeah, so whatever redemption I thought maybe he'd get, well, who even knows? Maybe he will redeem himself, but right now, doesn't seem like it, considering how this literally ends with him getting all like, dark magic-y, right? So, yeah. And that's how this season ends, right? Yeah, I miss the Dragon Prince. They have really cool lore that I like seeing. Like, all the different kinds of elves is really interesting. Just finding out more about what the hell's going on with, like, Erebos. Like, I guess the only thing that kind of turns me off from it is sometimes, like, the dialogue can get a little right? It's not as engaging or interesting. But that happens very rarely. Like, for the most part, it's pretty great. Man, these character designs are so nice. I just love the aesthetic of just everything in this show. Like, everything looks great. Man, like, all the creatures look good, all the characters look good, all the fashion is just mwah, beautiful. Oh man, that animation style. I know when I first started watching The Dragon Prince, that kind of like threw me off for a second, because it is kind of weird, and it is like very stop motion-y, but they fixed that pretty damn quick, honestly. But they had those facial expressions down from day one, from season 1, basically. Like, they had it down. But yes, so, of course, to end this off, on a scale of trash to a banger, it's a banger. Because, like, I don't usually, like, want to rewatch shows so much. Like, I mean, The Bad Batch, clearly, I have an obsession with, but it's like, I don't want to rewatch it, mostly because, you know, it hurts to watch, considering all these guys are just dumb the entire time. My god, they just need to get it together a little bit, right? But it's like, I love this show, but I can't just sit down and rewatch it for fun. This show, I just want to rewatch it all the time, because it's like, I want to watch it, because it's actually really pretty to watch. The story's really interesting to watch, because they got a lot going on, and it's like, I want to see what happens. Even though I already know what happens, I want to see it again. Give it to me. The Dragon Prince is a different kind of favorite show than it would be for The Bad Batch for me, because it's like, I'm way more invested in the characters in The Bad Batch, but with The Dragon Prince, I really like the story and just the aesthetic of the show. It's nice to watch, and you don't really have to sit there you know, in pain, right? It's just, it's more of a fun show to watch, where The Bad Batch is just pain. For me, personally, I don't know. I don't know about anyone else, but that's just me, right? But yeah, so that's basically all I have to say about season 4 of The Dragon Prince. If you want to see more of my face, you can follow me on my other social media, and if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next week, and stay sparkly, my dudes!